Thank you, Nancy. New rotation for Kenny Atkinson. This Nets team, a little more connectivity on the court. Ball was moving. It wasn't just the Kyrie Irving show. A lot of different pieces chipped in for Brooklyn.
Well, yeah, think about the fact you have 3 Brooklyn Nets who scored more than 20 points.
Yep.
You had 5 in double figures. The ball was moving so well. Turnover is still a little bit of an issue. However, they were able to clean it up in terms of when they had their runs. And you mentioned Kyrie Irving. The Nets found that flow when he was on the bench, when he was on the floor. He didn't have as big of an offensive output, but made an impact with assists, made an impact with timely baskets. And more than anything, for as much as we want to talk about connectivity, chemistry on the offensive end, it was very evident, and it was there on the defensive end, which made a major difference.
Yeah, it's been a huge problem for the Nets through the first 4 games. Houston, the #1 scoring team in the NBA, so you're expecting a run from the Rockets. They had their run early to end the first quarter. After that point, Nets held Houston in check. Harden puts up excellent numbers as usual. Westbrook fills up the box score, but they didn't allow anybody else to go above and beyond what they normally do, and that shows up in the final result.
And a big part of that was some of the weak side help. They didn't allow easy layups, easy baskets off some of the assists and passes that we often see from Harden and from Westbrook. And to your point, a lot of the three-point shooting. And for the fact that Houston shot just 25% from the three-point line, credit the Nets defense because they were moving, they were able to contest shots, they weren't giving the airspace that we saw in some of these previous games. So it really, for the Nets, not only is it wonderful to get a win and have that feeling, but also to close out a game. And when you have new pieces and new parts, a big aspect of all of that is learning how to win together, and it feels like the Nets started to get to that point here tonight.
Good effort off the bench as well from Garrett Temple. The Nets needed a little bit of a jolt from somebody on that bench, and it was Temple who stepped forward.
Well, and Temple was big just in the aggressiveness that he showed on the offensive end, and he's been stout defensively, but it was more the assertiveness and knocking down some shots, getting himself to the basket. And same thing goes for Taurean Prince, because we saw some of that in the preseason, the knockdown three-point shooting, and he came out with that again tonight, but he was also getting to the basket. Everyone was running the floor well. There was just a good tempo and a pace to this Nets offense, and a big part of that was because everyone on the floor was contributing.
That's the story here in Brooklyn, front end of a back-to-back. Nets in Detroit on Saturday night.